And we're live. Hello to anyone out there in Twitch watching land at Arvin Aileron's channel. This is another night of Community D&D with the Shadow Crew. I am your host for this evening, Shadowed Mage, in the role of Dungeon Master. Oh god. I was just saying that I was going to forget how to do all of the intro stuff. Make sure to check out all of Arv's things with the commands in chat. You can do !Arv things to get all of Arv's stuff, but specifically you can do Arv Treon to get to Arv's Patreon, library to get to Arv's D&D 5e compatible adventure book, a drive-through RPG. That's Tales and Tomes from the Forbidden Library. It has lots of great contributions from some pretty famous author people like Ed Greenwood. There's Grayshade KS to get to a tweet about some publication stuff that's coming through Arv's pipeline, hopefully just not too much later this year. And of course, as always, BLM for Black Lives Matter. We want to show that we are continuing to support that, as Black lives really do matter, and I really don't know what else to say about it at this point. Just, they matter. Get fucking with it. And also help now. But with that, let's jump into some introductions. With me tonight, as always, are the lovely people of the Shadow Crew, except we are down one member again this session, unfortunately. Echo Alpha _X5 is unable to be with us tonight, but hopefully he will be back next time. But we wish Echo all the best. He's going through a little bit of a rough time right now, I think, but we won't really get into that, but we just want to say that we wish him all the best, and we will be glad to have him back whenever he's able to. And right below me in the webcam lineup is, of course, Rock God. Rock God, would you please tell the lovely people out in Twitch watching land who you are, what you do, and who you're playing in our campaign?
Hello, people in Twitch watching land. You did a really good job, Shadowed, with all the exclamation point things.
Yeah.
But you missed Icarus.
Ah!
For the Icarus and Jelinek book.
Right.
Yeah.
I missed Icarus. It's because it's not in the stream title, and I use that as a cheat sheet.
So yes, I am Rock God. I am playing Malak Halamarodin, the Wood Elf Ranger. You can find me here every other Wednesday. You can find me in chat on weekends. And you can also find me over on Instagram at mdrewzion, because I like to take pictures when there's not a worldwide plague going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much new stuff up there because I haven't been out lately because I am trying to stay away from the public. But you can go look at my old stuff. It's all right.
All right. Well, thank you. I guess we'll move on down then to Hoodie from _TV. Same thing. Tell us a little bit about yourself and who it is that you're playing in our campaign.
Sure. I'm Hoodie from _TV. I play a lot of video games. All video games. I'm playing Isol Moldleaf. Oh no. A warlock of some variety.
Asimar?
Yeah. Protector Asimar, Celestial Patron, Pact of the Tome, Warlock.
Correct. That's right.
Yeah.
I got out of it this time. He's a bit of a book nerd. Other than that, yeah, that's that. I mean, that really just sums him right up.
All right. Anything you want to say about your streams lately?
I've been playing a lot of Valheim. I've been obsessively playing Valheim. That's it. I have 90 hours on a game that's been out for a week. I feel real bad about it internally, but I'm not stopping playing it, so I don't know what to say.
All right. Well, thank you for that. And then we will skip on down to Triffid E. Mats, I guess we're calling you now, because that is at least your Twitch handle. Please tell us about yourself, plug your stuff, and who it is that you're playing in our campaign.
I'm Trishi Matson. I'm a journalist. I have been playing D&D since my teens, and various other role-playing games. I really like the RP on this channel, obviously. And let's see, what have I been up to lately? I've been doing some podcasting, and my blog is actually up to date right now, for a wonder. That's what's the word now.blogspot.com if you want to check out any of the other things besides D&D that I've been doing. And I am playing Grace of the Refreshing Breeze, a Tabaxi bard.
When you said "what's the word now," I thought you forgot the name of your own blog. I was like, "Are you serious?" Come on.
Oops. Well, you can also follow me on Twitter at PE Matson if that's less confusing.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. This is episode 20 of Dragon of Icespire Peak, which I have titled Metamorphoses at the Manse. And I'm sure that what exactly that means will become apparent as we move through tonight's session. Just as a little recap of what's happened previously. Okay, let's see here. Well, last time that you folks were at Falcon's Hunting Lodge, there was a little friendly competition between Malik and Falcon. Malik completely whiffed on his last shot and lost the competition.
That went.
Hi, Arv.
You're not going to let that go, are you?
Arv just showed up in chat and he said, "I'd suggest the players watch for changes in the mansion."
Sounds like a plan.
Anyway, then there was some discussion with Falcon about the goings-on in the general kind of area of Neverwinter Wood, all of the orcs and half-orcs that have been around. He gave you some information about another party of adventurers who had come through, who had also last been known to be heading to this same location, the Woodland Manse, which has basically, there's been news that this seems to be a hotspot of half-orc cult of Talos activity. And you do know that way back in Phandalin, a long time ago, that there had been a quest on the quest board that had been meant to come here to deal with the half-orc threat, but that other party had gotten to that quest first, and so you're kind of on their heels, but that other party hasn't been heard from, so it's kind of mysterious as to maybe what's going on here. Also, prior to Falcon's Hunting Lodge, the party had been guided through Neverwinter Wood by Xanth the Friendly Centaur, who had said that he would meet up with you guys after you had left Falcon's Hunting Lodge, but you kind of went on your way from Falcon's Hunting Lodge and haven't run into him again yet. So there's also maybe something going on there. Um,
Xanth the friendly centaur.
The
yes.
overly friendly centaur. The
Sounds like he should be a character in My Little Pony.
Am I kind of missing anything important that's happened recently, I guess? I mean, like, there was the whole business with, like, the dragon burrow and everything, and retrieving the dragon slayer sword.
There's a dragon. There's a
Well,
dragon.
and of course,
flying
of course, the ever-present threat of the young white dragon who is in the area, made a lair on at Icespire Hold up in the mountains to the south. Ours being funny in the chat. Anyway, you folks have arrived at the outskirts by this woodland manse. I will again,
I was gonna say, can we retcon like 20 minutes before we arrive there, just riding through the woods?
Sure.
So, as we go, as we're riding along, I'm gonna sidle up to Grace. Go. Falcon said that your relatives came through his hunting lodge about 2 weeks ago, right?
That's right.
Well, I don't want to alarm you or anything, but Neverwinter Wood it's not the biggest woods in Faerun, but it is very confusing, and it can be sort of dangerous, which can make traveling quite slow, especially if they don't have a guide. It's possible that we might actually run into them, because they still could be in the area somewhere around here. I was just wondering what exactly is the plan if that happens.
Well, it's not like my family and I are enemies. They are just unhappy with me, and I'm quite a bit displeased with them. But we're not going to attack each other. If we see each other, no doubt we will nod. We may even share a meal if there's time, but it's nothing to worry about, really. And I believe this is not their first time to Neverwinterwood. Our family usually roams and hunts farther north, but I'm not too worried about them being lost. But keep your eyes open, and I'll do the same, and keep my ears open too. But I'm not overly concerned. If we run into them, perhaps we'll be able to have a more pleasant time together this time than previously.
No.
I mean, it's nothing for you to worry about. It's just family squabbles.
Well, I just want you to know that, I've got your back. I know Roderick does, and for better or worse, I know Esau does too.
If we can get his attention, yes. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that, Malik. But
Fair enough.
I'm not worried. It'll be all right.
And we will continue on the trip.
Okie doke. Just trying to enable some fog of war stuff to keep some bits hidden. Alrighty. So I will read this introductory part for you again. So, following a trail through the woods, you come to a foggy clearing in the midst of which stands a crumbling two-story manse, all but hidden beneath thorny ivy. The large house is set atop a 6-foot-high stone foundation, and the main entrance has a balcony above it. Pumpkins grow wild in patches around the manse, with several wild boars feeding among them. The boars snort with contempt as you draw near.
So this time I'll sidle up next to Easel, and I'll tap him on the shoulder and go, "Look, plenty of pocket bacon right there."
But the pigs. Yes. Great. Are we going to kill them?
Well,
Oh, to eat them, you have. Oh,
right. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. No. Yes. Of course. Oh, of course.
Maybe you could get some of that fire magic ready, and
Fire. I don't. The shooty spell. I shoot. It's not really. It's kind of like a. It's not fire. I don't think I know any fire magic. Huh. What? Huh.
Maybe somewhere in your book it will tell you how to use them.
I don't see anything. This seems to be about hinges and door frames. So, I know that.
I would check back in maybe a day or two.
Fair enough. So, should I just shoot at one? Do you want to set up a trap, or?
At this point, I intervene. You should be aware. You probably are, but if you shoot one, you're probably going to have to kill the whole group of them. Wild boars tend to be rather fierce and pack-oriented. They will not ignore the slaying of one of them.
I mean, yeah, she is right. Maybe we could just get by him, for right now, and then maybe on our way out.
They don't seem hostile currently. They like the ones that you do see are just kind of like seem to be like almost like eyeing you cautiously.
Quick question. Will tongues get me to communicate with them, or do I need specifically communicate with animals?
Ooh. Let me look at the text of tongues.
I would imagine that
It does-
since speak with animals is a different spell, then
Yeah.
probably not.
Unless they're wereboars or something.
Unless they're werewolves. Yeah, that's right.
Because it has spoken language. I don't exactly think that boar is a language.
So tongues is this spell grants the creature you touch with the ability to understand any spoken language it hears.
Yeah, no, I'd have to catch it.
Yeah.
First, you catch your boar.
Which might be fun to watch.
Or I could cast it on myself and just listen to how angry they are.
Is that a plan you actually wish to proceed with?
I mean, I was curious enough. I feel like that's worth attempting. So yeah, I think so.
I'm not sure if boar snorts are a language.
Yeah.
I think for that you would have to have speak with animals.
If that's the case, I'll look like I'm about to start casting something. Like I'll start muttering to myself, and then look up and look at Malik and go, actually, can you just talk with them?
Yeah, I believe I can. Yeah.
Oh,
Well-
I mean, by all means, please.
Well, go talk to the boars. What should I ask them for you?
I don't want to fight a billion boars, so I figured that we could just ask them nicely if we could pass. Maybe they protect us. I don't know, become our best friends. They travel with us on adventures. I don't know, ask them to leave.
I highly doubt that they're going to come with us on adventures.
There was sarcasm in my voice. I understand I'm a little hard to read sometimes, but it was there.
I will go ask them to see if maybe they can leave us alone.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I will go right to there. Just to this guy right here. Not super close. And I will cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
That off. There we go. All right. Hello there, Mr. Boar.
And for the moment, it kind of like, it looks up, snorts, and then like goes back to grazing in the bush.
Oh, a bit standoffish, huh? All right then. We were planning on just passing through, and we were wondering if maybe you needed anything. I have some snacks if you want them. We're trying to be real friendly here.
At the offer of food, it kind of like lifts its head and looks at you, and then like, you can understand that it's basically trying to say like, if you give me food, I will maybe answer some questions for you.
Don't feed the pigs, man. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So I will dig into my pocket. I will not grab the pocket bacon.
Okay.
That
I was so scared.
That is awful.
No, turkey.
That is fairly awful. And try to find something, just like some berries or some nuts or something.
Okay.
And just kind of toss them out towards him.
And then like the berries and nuts kind of like land in the bush in front of the boar, and then kind of like sniffs them, and then it kind of like licks them up and like starts chewing away on them, and then it will kind of like snort back at you, saying, "I guess this is acceptable." Well, what was it again that you wanted to know?
We were just planning on passing through, and we just wanted to make sure everything was cool. If it's all right for us to just walk on by.
Well, I suppose that you wouldn't get any trouble from me since you give me some food, but some of these boars around are not really boars.
All right. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Yeah, we've come across them types before. All right, we'll be careful. And I will walk back this way
Okay.
to everybody.
You did great. You were speaking a very fluent pig. I didn't even recognize your voice.
Well, you know, I really do like bacon. So according to that boar right over there, not all of these boars are actually boars. So I think that we might have some problems with some of them. I just don't know which ones.
Well, I'll kind of look at Grace. Do you have the ability to detect magic?
Let's see if that's something that I have. I don't
Well,
think so.
if Grace doesn't, then I can.
I also can. It'll take some time. Where we would have to sit here, looking at these maybe masquerading boars, and that seems a little dangerous to me.
Do we have to go through them, or can we just go around them?
Well, it looks like we've got to go by a couple of them. I mean, that one right there, he's okay. I don't know about that one over there.
Well, with detect magic, we could kind of avoid the problematic pigs.
All right, that's true.
We don't want them to become a pestilence. Maybe periodically poke in on them.
I mean, they're just here eating pumpkins. They don't seem like that much of a threat as long as we leave them alone.
Right, but if they're werewolves, they might not be amenable to us being here. The other boars, I'm not really concerned about. The regular boars, I'm not really concerned about. It's you know what? I'll just find out right now which ones are which, and I'm gonna cast detect magic.
Okay.
No. I'll look at this guy, and I'll look at this guy. 'Cause I don't think I can see the other ones.
Well, if you're kind of back standing over where you are, you would be able to. You could definitely, yeah, you can see that one, and that one. Or, that didn't ping. That one. You could maybe catch the edge of this one. And maybe...
Not one of those. Not even one of those pinged for me.
Oh.
I wasn't seeing a ping either.
That's interesting. Oh, I wonder if it's because I'm not so good with the roll 20.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is.
That one,
Yep.
that one. There we go. It's because I'm apparently on the wrong layer.
It happens.
That one down there. So you can see all of those four for sure. You could maybe catch the edges of this one up there and this one down there.
I'm gonna look at all of them to see if any of them are emanating magic.
Or, well, actually, I guess I should probably check to see what the detect magic range on that is. Is that a thing?
Ooh. Yeah.
I think it's only 30?
Presence of magic within 30 feet of you. Oh, okay, right. So, yeah, you would have
Yep.
to walk around if you wanted to actually detect anything beyond maybe these two here.
So I walk up to right there, and I'm gonna look at this guy.
Okay, well, I'll tell you this much. As soon as you activate detect magic, you suddenly get flooded with magic being around all of the pumpkins.
Shit.
The pumpkins?
The pumpkins. There's a dim aura of transmutation magic around each pumpkin.
Oh, the pumpkins aren't pumpkins.
While he goes to walk up, I'm gonna hang back and put on the Crown of Greed and pulse that as well.
And when you walk up there with detect magic on,
I move alongside Malik and back him up.
okay, so this boar has no aura of magic. Neither does that one down there. This one up here does. And it has transmutation magic around it.
I'll lean over to Grace and go, the pumpkins aren't pumpkins. I don't know what they are, but they're not pumpkins. And that ball right there in the ball.
Well, I've certainly never heard of shape-changing pumpkins before.
Welcome to Neverwinter Wood.
Well. Still, there they are, sitting on the ground. Perhaps we can just skirt around this whole area? You know, just follow the path.
Yeah, all right, that sounds good. Yeah, why don't we move up a little bit? So I'll move up here. Here. Maybe more like here.
Yes, let's not cluster right together. You know, not right next to each other, just in case there's some kind of area attack. But I believe we should just try and keep each other in backup distance and move around.
Right there. I think that's about 30 feet away from the other guy.
Okay.
From that guy. Sorry. I pointed at him with my mouse and he's like, this guy, can't you see what I'm doing?
No magic around that boar.
I'll look back and I'll give the thumbs up to Grace.
All right. I'll close up and then move a little past you. And I turn my head back and, you know, wave to Roderick, and hopefully he will poke Isol or something and bring him along.
Right where I am, I want to pulse the Crown of Greed here to see if there's any magical items in the vicinity.
Okay. 60 feet, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. Okay.
Are we on horseback still?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Right.
guess so. Unless you just kind of all got off your horses, but you do currently have your horses with you.
I imagined that we got off our horses, but now that I think about it, it's probably better to be on them in case we have to run away.
Yeah. I was just thinking
And
that.
we certainly don't want the horses running away without us.
Yeah, right.
Areas.
What's the range on that Crown of Greed?
60 feet.
60 feet. Jewels and magical items. It's
Yeah.
a very powerful object. I'm going to assume I hit by the amount of research that looks like it's going on.
Well, yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you can reach and what Okay, so on the second floor, around kind of this area, there is a magical item of some kind. You're not quite able to discern what exactly shape it seems to be. It almost seems to be maybe kind of like a bag, or like a bag shape, or somewhat amorphous. But that's about it, I think, for where you currently are.
If that's the case, I'll kind of look at Roderick, and then he'll probably point out where everyone else is. I'll put the Crown of Greed back in my side bag, and then start like catching up with everyone.
All right.
I'll also say I don't want to speak too loudly. I want to keep it like a short distance voice. There's something magical inside. I don't know if that means the adventurers are here, or maybe the orcs are also here. You know, the last orc we fought was there's something inside.
Oh, that made me realize something else.
Does the building look inhabited, maintained, kept up, or does it look dilapidated?
It is somewhat dilapidated because it's kind of like half falling down, and there's ivy overgrowing it, growing over it.
Is there a door? Is it open or closed?
Ah, yes. Okay.
I think
So
this is a door, and I believe this is a door.
yep. So that one, this here. Stone steps climb to a portico with a stone balcony overhanging it at a height of 10 feet. Vines wrap around the balcony's support pillars and its crumbling stone railing. The ground floor entrance features a double door with a giant boar's head crudely carved into it. An unmarred double door stands closed on the balcony.
See,
And
I think this is the home of the werewolves or whatever they are, and if we just go in and start ransacking it, we're going to have a battle on our hands. Do you really think that it's going to be worth whatever? And do we really have a right to go in and just take stuff from these beings?
Well, last time we knew, the place had already been ransacked by orcs. I think that's what that last adventuring party was coming here to do, was to take care of them.
Oh, they could still be here, is what I'm saying. Is they might still, generally adventurers like us, carry around magical items most of the time. So I was assuming that maybe they were still in here, and maybe the trapdoor, I don't know, we could knock.
Or maybe they got turned into boars in a wave.
you were
Or pumpkins?
there.
Or pumpkins. Well,
Yeah,
if we want to
I need
wait a
to.
while, I could cast. Yes.
I just wanted to say I need to retcon a little bit.
Yes.
For Easel's pinging of the Crown of Greed. There was definitely a magical bow and a magical book of some kind in the general area of this and here.
Okay.
And like right on the edge of like there's like the faint sense of some kind of other magic like right on the edge of the radius, but like you would have had to go a little closer to figure out what that was, maybe.
All right, I'll just kind of lump that into the adventurers could still be here thing.
So what sort of magical items did you say they were?
Bow, book, and there were two fuzzier ones.
Oh, I know you're interested in the book.
I'm trying not to show it, but thank you.
I don't know why anybody would be interested in a magical bowl.
A bow.
Or bow.
A bow. You know, the thing that you shoot things with.
Right, yeah, well. You know, I know, Grace, you don't really think it would be right for us to just go in there and take a look around, but I feel like maybe there might be people in there that need our help, and we should go in there and take a look around.
You know, I think I'm on Malik's side for this one. Maybe someone's inside in dire straits, and we are just the group. It's supposed to be overrun by orcs. I don't see them. Maybe something even more nefarious came.
Maybe they're all inside. Who knows?
Maybe the dragon's in there. I'll lead over to Malik. Am I selling it too hard? I feel like I'm selling it too hard.
Yeah.
Let's see. I was just looking up dispel magic and trying to figure out whether I can cast that as a ritual, or if it would use up one of my spells.
Grace is pissed off, and she's gonna dispel all of our magical shit.
Oh no! I was going to cast it on a pumpkin or something.
She's like, "I'll show
See
you
if
guys."
It turns into no.
It does not look like it is a ritual.
It not okay. All right. Well, I'm willing to go in and look around but if the inhabitants, as opposed to a band of orcs, raise some objections, I'll want to discuss things before we do anything else.
We're not petty thieves. We're just opportunistic adventurers.
Yes.
Not much
Some
difference.
Some opportunities are there to be seized. Sure.
I'll look over at Eastling.
All right.
Nice.
Thank you. I'll open the book up again and just like cough and just like bury my face into it.
All right. So I guess we're going up the front steps.
I'm gonna move over
I would
here
like-
a little bit more, and I want to check out this guy over here. That guy over there.
That board does have some magic around it.
So I'm gonna take a walk back this way and say, yeah, I think our best bet might be through the front door.
Oh, and
Very well. Shall we bring the horses in with us or tie them on the front steps?
No,
I'm a
why
little
don't
worried about what may happen to them.
we leave them over by this tree right over here?
All right.
which tree?
This one.
Okay.
Very well.
All right. So you're able to kind of secure your horses by that tree. Onward to the door.
And yeah, right up to right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right. I'm looking from side to side, seeing if any of the boars are raising objections.
Again, like this boar right here that's in this nearby pumpkin patch seems to be like keeping an eye on you as you've been wandering around, but it's not making any move to stop you.
But just so I remember correctly, he's cool. He's cool. He's not. Neither is he. Right? Do I have that right?
It was this one had magic and this one had magic. That one's
Oh, okay.
cool. That one's cool.
Oh, okay. Got you.
Pretty sure that's what it was.
But yeah, because I think this is the first one that I talked to.
Yeah, that's the one you talked to.
Yeah, I was thinking it was this one.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so
Mhm.
this guy's cool. And this guy's cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna lean over to Grace and say, "Keep your eye on that one," and motion to this guy.
I shall.
And I am going to try to open the door.
Okay.
Oh, before I try to open the door, I am going to ask Roderick to check it for traps.
Check the door for traps.
Yes.
Okay, so Roderick will do a check for traps. I will pull up his character sheet. Thieves' tools. Whoa!
Well, looks like he should know.
There are definitely no traps on the door.
All right, I'm going to try to open it.
All right, the door just kind of or wait, is this push or pull? You were able to pull the door open.
And I will pull the door open.
Okay.
What do I see inside?
I will reveal stuff. Okay. Alright, so you see an undecorated hall with a creaky and moldy wooden staircase.
Well,
And beyond that, it kind of seems to open up into a room that has a smashed wooden dining table in the center of it.
all right, I'm going to walk in.
Okay.
I will walk in with him, but I also want to listen as hard as I can for any creatures moving about.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Yeah, sorry, I hit it twice by mistake.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll take the second one.
Thank you, kind sir.
Alright. So, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay, there definitely seems to be some sounds coming off from, this area. Oh, I need to ping it again. There we go. Okay, this area on the ground floor and several areas on the upper floor.
All right, I tap Malik on the shoulder and nod toward the area downstairs where I heard something, and kind of wave my fingers to show there's something there. And I will draw my rapier and start heading in that direction.
And I will pull out my bow and follow.
Seeing them both start to disappear inside, over the top of the book, I'll sigh. Okay, it's just another spooky house. This should be fine. And I'll start walking in, close the book, and actually pay attention.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay. Yeah, so if you're trying to get over to that direction, you could go through this this door here, which I assume is where you're going. In which case,
Because I want to check out that sound. I certainly don't want to go upstairs and leave something downstairs that could end up trapping me.
Oh, it's Cthulhu. Great.
We all die or go insane. Great.
Get me with the sanity check. No thanks.
oops, doing the wrong thing.
Maybe it's just a highly ornate chandelier.
Alright, so this part, stone steps lead down to a flagstoned courtyard that has a pillared arcade to the east.
Right.
Oh yeah, okay.
But what's in the
so-
center?
Yeah, okay, so I understand what this description is trying to tell now. So it says 7 windows on the upper level overlook the courtyard, in the middle of which is a 5-foot wide stone well with thick vines erupting from it.
That's a well?
Yes.
It's a well with a massive algae problem or something,
Yeah,
I
right.
guess. Do any of the vines appear to be twitching?
Does Malik still have detect magic up?
It lasts for 10 minutes, so that's Shadow's call. Has it been 10 minutes?
It's probably just coming to the end of the 10 minutes, so I'll say that you can still have a detect magic for basically just entering this area.
Do I
So-
see any...
The vines coming out from the well are like extremely magical.
Oh boy.
Pumpkin patch didn't come from nowhere.
Good point. None of us have detect good or evil, though, right?
That sounds like an ASMR thing.
Actually, I don't know. Let me check the smart passive I get, because that might be part of it, but I don't think so.
Although I guess a monster could just be hungry without being evil. So while he checks that, Shadowed,
Yes.
are there any doors on the west side of the wall? Are they all on the other side of the?
No, it's just on the south edge.
Well.
Down. Right. Yeah, down there. There, and there.
Shadowed, I see your mouth moving, but
Uh-oh.
I'm not hearing you.
I hear.
Heard him too.
Hello? Test.
Yeah, no,
I
I
still
hear.
don't hear you, Shadowed.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Does
Do you hear
anyone
any of
else
us?
hear Shadowed?
Oh, I think...
Yeah.
Can you hear us, Trish?
Yep. Well,
Maybe it's me.
I think it is.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
You thought there were no technical difficulties up until now? Just kidding.
There's always gonna be some.
Oh, every time.
test. So, Does Triff hear any of us? I'm confused on this point.
So apparently my sound stopped working.
Oh no.
I don't know how to turn it back on. My volume is up.
So yeah, I want to respond with my voice, but if you can't hear, then
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything. I'm gonna quit Zoom and come back in again and see if that helps.
Okay.
Gonna start making signs. Everyone enjoys a nice, good old-fashioned technical difficulty.
While we're waiting for Triffid to come back, I'm going to walk over here. And I'm going to put my bow away. I'm going to take out my magical scimitar. I'm going to poke the vine.
Roll initiative.
It's going to poke it. See what happens.
Poking the vine.
Here we go. I'm in one side of the frame. Actually, I can get in this side of the frame, I guess. It's one or the other.
I'll maybe wait for her to come back to explain what happens.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you donked up, but it's cool.
Basically, yeah, so there are going to be some things that erupt, like, come crawling out of the well. And then, with that happening, there will be the cry, or, well, you can hear some stomping and kind of, like, grunting coming from the upstairs area down here, which then also triggers more sound coming from over here.
Oh, shit.
Which also triggers me running through the door. What did you do?
So, yeah, I'll just see if she comes back or not.
Yeah, I like that you thought you were doing something just like, yeah, I'm probing. I'm going to see.
Yeah.
You started the entire...
I guess poking the vine was the first domino.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Switch the music.
I guess we can, favorite D&D spells? Because I know mine. I'll never think that Spirit Guardians is bad ever. No one can convince me of it. I think it might be the best spell in the game. I know other spells are more useful and more powerful, but I love it so much.
Good one. I like Spiritual Weapon.
That one's pretty good too.
It's good because it can be anything you want it to be.
But you can combo it with Spirit Guardians, making Spirit Guardians even better.
Yeah.
I just really like clerics, man.
Actually, there's a ranger one that's really cool too. It's the
Favorite spells.
it's the one where it grabs, like you shoot something and it grabs it.
Oh, that's cool.
Snaring strike. Is that it? Or is it entangle? It's one of them.
Oh, the simple cleaning spell. Would that just be prestidigitation?
Yeah.
I would like that in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prestidigitation is, I think, maybe the most versatile spell because it's a cantrip. You can cast it anywhere, anytime, and it can clean faint smells, so you can make any food taste good. You can, create faint illusions, like very faint ones like sparkles and fireworks.
Neat.
It's pretty much the, like, hey, I'm a magical guy in your town type of spell. Look at me, I'm Gandalf. Summon bigger fish.
You know,
I remember looking at, before I'd even played D&D, I wanted to really like illusion spells, but they've never worked out ever. You gotta pick and choose your battles with them.
oh man, speaking of spells, I started playing Skyrim, the special edition.
Mm-hmm.
It just came out because it's free with Xbox Game Pass.
Ooh.
And there's all kinds of mods on it now that you can get, like you can download. Man, I downloaded this one. It adds 200 spells.
Yeah,
to the
I
spell
think
list.
I've played
It's
with that.
insane. Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't remember what it was called. I love the modding community of Skyrim for that reason. Like you just it's adding like 20 hours of content of just playing around with new things to the game.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I downloaded that, and I downloaded another one where it's like it the skill trees, like it breaks them way down, way further, so you can get way more specific with your character.
I like that. The things I wish were already with the game with release, for
Yeah,
sure.
right.
Man, I haven't. I don't think I've played Skyrim since like 2015.
I haven't played it since when it first came out. So like half of the shit that I'm doing in the game, I don't even remember doing. Like I know I did this stuff, but I don't remember this quest at all.
It's one of those things where that's why I think I shelved games for a long time to purposely get that feeling back. Because I want to play Final Fantasy VI every year, but if I do that, I'm going to be able to recite it by heart. I don't necessarily want that. I want that magic, just a little bit of that magic back every time I play it.
Yeah. That's what I do with Chrono Trigger.
Yes.
I do Chrono Trigger maybe once every like 4 or 5 years.
It's such a that game, deceptively short, surprisingly long. Like it's so good. I'm about to play an RPG Maker game, and it gives me that feeling of finding like Chrono Trigger again for the first time.
Yep.
Of just, this could be great, this could be terrible, I don't know. And you pop it in, and then it's like it's the best thing ever, and you're like, yeah, yes.
Oh no. Triffid said she's given up and restarted.
Yeah, I see that.
Did my camera freeze? How did this happen?
It's because I'm playing with stuff.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you froze for me.
Yeah, my camera straight froze. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Okay.
it's just
This might be. Oh man, is this gonna be the end of stream?
Is this how it ends? Hold on, I'm gonna drop out and join. Let's hope that it works for me. I don't know. We'll find out.
And you know what? I'm going to take this opportunity to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
All right.
just do the intro hashtags again or whatever.
I'm gonna switch it to the BRB screen. Do we have a BRB screen?